The streets and alleys were barely lit and scarily dark. Every step we took towards Knox's mansion filled me with more unease. My legs felt like they were filled with lead. Should we just turn back? No, not when we've come this far. A cool wind blew dead leaves past us. Oh my god, just like rain, as if leading us back to Knox's manor. We approached his large gate, which was slightly ajar. His windows were dark, the same as the previous night. Does he ever light any candles, or does he just exist in the darkness? I knocked on his door lightly, and it swung open.
What is it?
I don't have the best experience with doors being left unlocked.
He doesn't have a library, you don't have to worry.
That's oddly specific.
Hello? Knox? Are you home?
My voice echoed around the dark room. No answer.
Maybe he's out.
We should check, right?
I stepped into the unlit entryway first, and the other three followed behind me. All right. Let's see if I can die. No, I won't. I won't try intentionally to, but let's see.
Oh, I found these earlier too.
I hate this CG. I heard Sign fumbling with something before a candle lit up in the room.
Here you go, Raen. Hold this.
Oh, sure.
He handed me the candle and I took the lead. The entryway was no different to how it looked the previous night, but something felt wrong, different. Without Knox, it seemed hollow, lonely, forgotten. My mouth felt dry when I tried to swallow.
Hello? Knox? Are you home?
Let's search some of the rooms. He might still be around.
You don't think anything happened to him, do you?
Knoxy, Knox! Where are you?
You stop yelling like that.
Why?
What do you mean, why? It's annoying and you're too noisy.
No one else is complaining about it. I think you're just being mean.
They're just too polite to tell you to shut up. Mouse boy, it's annoying, right? Come on, back me up here.
He didn't respond. We opened a door that led further into the house. Still no sign of Knox. Each step echoed through the room, the only sound apart from my heart that beat loudly in my ears. In this dark, empty house, time felt like it stretched on forever. In that infinite time, I had a thought. Someone as important as Knox. Why wouldn't he have a house filled with maids or servants? But no, he just lives here alone. I wonder how long his parents have been gone for. We continued further into the silent house. The flickering candlelight left the walls covered in dark shapes, moving in time to the flame. Last night, we didn't have the chance to look around or explore. The first level alone was bigger than the orphanage I grew up in. I wonder how big it truly is. The next door we pushed open let out a loud, low groan. Dust swirled around us as we made our way inside.
What? You finally done yelling?
He was oddly silent, too.
Thank the gods he's finally quiet. If he kept going at that pace, his jaw would have fallen off.
I raised the candle up in front of me, and we finally saw the room that we entered. Dust cornered every surface, and cobwebs hung from every corner. Some expensive-looking furniture lay discarded around the room, but most were covered with white sheets.
What's this?
A large portrait took up most of one of the walls, but it was covered up. When I reached out to touch the sheet, I found that it was also coated in dust. It had obviously been covered for quite a long time. With a foreboding feeling in my chest, I rested my hand against that dusty, white sheet. One look couldn't hurt. Gingerly, I pulled the sheet away from the wall.
It's
A portrait. A woman with dark hair tied back neatly on top of her head. Her face was serious, a perfect model for a painting. A tall man stood beside her, no hint of a smile. A neat beard with short cropped hair. He stared right through me. In front of them, a young child with black hair and glasses. He looked just as serious as the other two, but his eyes gave him away. He looked sad beyond words. Every stroke looked masterful, a perfect painting, if such a thing was possible. Whoever painted this was talented. The colors were mellow and the mood, it seemed almost somber, but it was still beautiful. A sad beauty, like the last sign of autumn before winter. Then, this must be Knox and his parents. Without thinking, I raised a hand to touch the portrait. The surface was bumpy against my fingertips.
Are you seeing this? This must be Knox many years ago.
I turned around, holding my candle out in front of me. The room was empty, apart from me.
Guys, that's not funny. Come on out. Guys?
I searched the room desperately, but no one responded to my calls. A cold sweat ran down my back, gluing my shirt down almost instantly. My heartbeat picked up, echoing through my head. Okay, it's okay. They must be close by, right? There's nowhere to go after all. We just got a little split up. It's not the first time that's happened. I clenched my fist tighter around the candle. Yeah, I'm fine. In the distance, a dog barked noisily. I glanced back towards the door I came through previously, then to a door that led further into the house. Should I wait here? Go back? Keep searching? What would Leos do in this situation? Be smart, Raen. This is no time to panic. I walked back towards the door I came from, resting my fingertips on the cold handle. The reasonable thing to do would be to go back and find the others. They're probably looking for me anyway. I pushed the door open and peered into the room that I'd just left. It was empty. If not here, where? Back in the entryway? They'll be searching for me, so I better go back. With the candle close to my body, I started back the way I came. Now that I think about it, when was the last time I saw them? Did I really manage to wander off by myself? Doesn't seem possible. They were right behind me. You know who else is right behind you, Raen? Down the hall, a door sat slightly ajar. I almost couldn't believe it when I noticed an orange glow coming from inside.
Leos? Fawn? Sign! Is that you?
Slowly, I peered through the doorway. It looked like the source of that light was a candle sitting on a round table in the center of the room. It was still dark and hard to see far into the room, though. Swallowing my fear, I pushed the door open and entered the room. Tiptoeing, I approached the table. The room was dark, with a slightly musty, stale smell. No moonlight lit up the room. There wasn't a single window in sight. I put my candle down on the table next to the other one. When we got separated, did the others leave this here? Some old furniture littered the room, covered in white cloth. The flames flickered and swayed in a sudden light breeze, casting dancing shadows over the walls. Wait, a breeze? I spun around just in time to see the door being closed. Both of the candles went out, and I was plunged into darkness.
Who's there?
Even though it was impossible to see, my eyes darted around wildly, I tried to control my breathing, but my heart was basically in my throat. I shuffled backwards until I felt the table at my back. I have to relight the candles somehow. Wait, where are they? Just a second ago they were both…
Looking for something?
You… I jumped when a voice boomed directly next to my ear.
Who's there? Show yourself!
I searched through the darkness with little success. Where are they?
You look frantic. Don't tell me you're scared.
Raen, yes. Me, no. The condescending voice cut through the silence, amused and jovial. I closed my eyes and tried my best to swallow the fear that had crept up inside me. I need to think. Think, Raen, think. If this is what I think it is, I need to find the others. I need to draw them to me.
Stay back! Guys, I'm in here!
A menacing laugh echoed through the dark room, cutting through the air. I clamped my mouth shut. He's mocking me. Even though I couldn't see, I could feel him close to me. A dark, evil energy radiated from him. I need to move, put some distance between us. I circled around the table. Just having it between us will give me some comfort. Plus, there's not exactly anywhere else to go in such a small room. Gripping at the edge of the round table, I glanced around the blank space before me. He's here somewhere, but where? I need to light a candle. No signs of movement. Not a single sound apart from my shallow breathing.
Only a coward would hide in the shadows. Show yourself!
You've been having fun, haven't you? Stalking through the streets, playing detective. You must think yourself extremely clever. Has no one ever told you that curiosity killed the cat?
Clever? I haven't done anything impressive. Tell me who you are.
And why would I need to do that?
A silence passed between us, and I had nothing to tell him. If only I'd used my time more wisely.
All that investigating yet you couldn't work out something so simple. He was wrong about you then. He thought you his savior.
I still can be. I believe in myself. A fire flickered to life on the other side of the table, lighting up the room.
Nox?
It seems it's finally time for our meeting, Raen.
All I wanted, all any of us wanted was to help you. We believed you. Why? Why would you?
Finally, I looked at Nox. The same outfit as always, the same hair, the same face, bar one detail. His eyes. They were black, darker than anything I'd seen before.
Who are you?
Didn't we already ascertain that?
The way he was speaking, the way he was acting, his eyes, they were nothing like the Nox I knew. What's the truth? What I'm seeing or what I'm hearing?
No. You're not Nox. You can't be Nox. Tell me the truth.
Your confidence is almost astounding. You don't seem to realize the situation you're in. Your friends are gone, abandoned. You have no one left to protect you, and yet you think yourself in a position to question me freely.
Leos, Fawn, Sign, please be safe. I promise I'll find you soon, but that can only happen if I can get out of here.
The Nox you knew was nothing but a fake. That's the truth.
The Nox I knew was a fake? The way he begged us to help, desperate and afraid, that was all an act? No, I can't believe it. It's almost as if he's a completely different person, as if someone else. someone else was in his body.
No. No, you're lying to me! You. What are you?
The last person you'll ever see.
I gripped onto the edge of the table with even more strength than before. It was the only thing keeping me standing at that point.
No! What are you? Are you even human?
Human? I haven't been accused of that in years.
Not human. That green-haired man, he mentioned curses and demons. Black eyes, tortured victims, hundreds of murders.
Even from across the room, you smell divine.
Thank you.
I can tell. You're special, aren't you? I'll make sure to savor every bite of you.
No, I have to keep him talking. That's what he told me to do. Don't take my eyes off of him. Don't try to fight him. My only option is to keep him on the other side of the table. If it's true that he's not human, he'll overpower me if I get too close. Nox circled around the table, trying to approach me. I echoed his movements, moving further away. What can I ask? What can I say? Any of these, to be honest. Tell me about the victims.
You killed all those people, right? How many?
Hundreds, thousands. I lost count. Months fade into years, into decades.
But it's impossible. You can't be any older than...
The age of this body is irrelevant.
Why did you kill them? How?
Why? Because they deserved it. Humans are repugnant, loathsome creatures. They push compassion aside out of greed and hate. They keep taking and again. They thirst for power not only at the cost of themselves, but others too. They're a disease to this planet. They're not worthy of living.
They're innocent people. They just wanted to live their lives. They didn't do anything to you.
They deceive each other for their own merit. They backstab and trick their way to the top no matter the cost. It doesn't matter if they've harmed me or not. Given enough time, they'll harm everyone around them.
Your thinking is wrong. You can't punish everyone because of a few bad apples.
Watch me.
Tell me about the business. Listen, Nox did not betray me.
I've heard a lot about the Moranos. How far-reaching their influence is. How much power they hold over Oxabor. Did you just throw all of that to the side?
Oh, their little business kept ticking along in the background. They made more money than you could imagine, but it was never enough. No, they became greedy. They acted like the town's kind benefactors on the outside whilst driving the competition out of town in secret. All the while, torturing me. Keeping me stuck in this godforsaken town.
What? What do you mean?
I mean that everything they earned was stolen from the hands of others. No matter where they go, they take and hurt, pillage, and kill. Don't you worry. I intend to keep this business going.
I'm glad. Why would he want to keep it going? Okay, tell me about Nox's betrayal.
Why did you bother asking for my help in the first place? Why pretend if you were just going to do this?
No, I do need your help. I never...
Nox?
Don't interrupt my dinner.
Is that the real Nox? Are you both in there? What are you doing to him?
I don't need to do anything to him. He does enough to punish himself. He's never forgiven himself for how many lives these hands have taken, his fault or not.
What does that mean? Is he using Nox's body? Nox stared back at me, quietly watching my every move. If I even blink, will it be over? If I keep this up and he becomes distracted, then what? Do I run for the door? Will someone come for me? But if something's happened to Fawn, Leos, and Sign, no one else knows I'm here. No, there's no use in doubting myself now. I have to keep going. I have to survive. Again, he crept around the table towards me, not fast enough to try and catch me, but fast enough to let me run. He's enjoying stalking me. I get to think about more things? Let's go. Oh my god.
Did you lie when you said you knew Caspian? When you told me you knew where he went?
This sure does take a long-ass time.
That's strange. I don't think I ever remember mentioning him. After all, this is the first time we've met. Caspian, that wretched sorry man. Always running from his past, getting mixed in business that wasn't his own. He should have been mine to devour 18 years ago. I never lose my prey, and let me tell you, it won't happen again. He'll be a worthy substitute.
Thank you.
You said he was like a brother to you. Are you telling me that you didn't care about him, truly?
Raen, your dumbassery knows no bounds sometimes.
Caspian? Of course. He was my... No! A brother to me, never. No treacherous, filthy human deserves to live in my presence.
You're lying! I want to believe the man who told me how much Caspian meant to him.
You can believe whatever you want.
Tell me about some demons. A demon? Is that even possible? I don't want to believe it. I can't even believe to fathom it in my mind, but that green-haired man, he knew more than he was letting on.
Tell me, are you from this world?
What world do you expect me to come from? When I was alive and long after my death, all I wished was to be free from this world. But reality is cruel. In my last moments, I thought to myself that I'd be free. Yet here I am.
You're dead? I don't
Oh, this body is perfectly alive. But am I dead, alive, or somewhere in between, trapped?
His body is alive? Does that mean the real Nox is trapped somewhere inside of him? Then again, which is the real Nox? I don't understand, but...
You sound nothing like the Nox I know. You act nothing like him either. I can't believe that he was a fake. Tell me, are you a... demon?
His eyes flashed for a moment before returning to normal. I tensed my grip on the table, ready to run, but he made no move to reach for me.
You really are a clever one. Not a single other person has ever guessed. Either you know more than you're letting on, or you were tipped off.
A demon. Evil incarnate, or so the stories go. By the look on his face, he wasn't messing around. But what is a demon? The most obvious answer is the opposite of a god, right? Is that what he is? He tapped his fingers on the table, snapping me out of my thoughts. Quick, distract him.
What happened to the Muranos? I heard they were a powerful family, but all that's left is... you.
Scrape a spoon against the bottom of a barrel, and there you have the Muranos. Filth, dredge. They deserved all that happened to them, and everything that will continue happening to them.
Did you kill them?
Oh, just killing them would be far too kind. I fed upon their essence slowly, savoring every taste of their disgusting souls.
Fed upon their essence? What?
No one deserves to be slaughtered. No one deserves to be treated like that.
Really? Is that true? Tell me, if I said that I tortured your friends until they begged to be killed, would you want to slaughter me, yes? Why would your actions be excusable but mine not? For what reason does murder become justifiable, fair?
Never. It's never the right thing to do.
Come back and say that when you've been held against your will for hundreds of years, poked and prodded. When you've been used and abused. You haven't experienced the selfishness of mankind, have you? You haven't suffered at their hands.
I'm not gonna say anything, but...
When your flesh has been peeled from your body, your blood drained and drunk by people you once swore to protect. Then, I'll listen to your opinion. Then again, you'll never get the chance.
If what he says is true, then he's the real Nox, but he speaks as if this isn't his body. And he says he's a demon, that the Muranos kept him trapped here and hurt him somehow. The real Nox, no, the Nox I know, must still be in there somehow. Or somewhere. There must be something I can say to bring him out.
Nox. Nox, please. You must still be in there somewhere. I know you're still in there. What happened to the little boy who was best friends with Caspian? The one that looked up to him more than anyone else? What happened to the man who needed my help to fight against the evil in this town? He isn't gone. I won't believe it.
How many times do I have to tell you?
No! Don't say that you hate Caspian. And don't tell me that you're the real Nox. I don't want to hear it. If you don't help me now, I'll never find Caspian. Don't you want to see him again too?
I do. Raen, I'm so sorry. I don't know if I can stop him.
Nox! Nox, is it really you?
I peered into his face, lit up by the candlelight. His eyes were pink, and he looked pained. I ran to his side. What the fuck, Raen? Throwing away the last of my doubt.
You have to run. I can't stop him. He'll kill you.
I can't just leave you here. I won't. What will happen to you if I run away now?
Don't try to be a hero. I can take it. I'm used to it. I'll hold him back. So you have to leave.
I looked towards the door. I could run if I went fast enough. I could quickly leave town and be far away from his grasp. But... Nox...
I told you I'd stop the murders. I said I'd find the culprit and save you. I won't take that back.
You're a fool.
Generally, yes.
You worked it out. You solved the case, so... I'll keep my end of the bargain, too. The truth. About me. And... about Caspian. No! You still think this boy can free you? You'll never be rid of me. Go away. Stay out of this! Raen, I wasn't always like this. When I first met Caspian, I was just a normal child. My family, hundreds of years ago, we lived in Sidkeum, but they were cast out. A disgrace to the other high houses. They were angry. resentful. They moved out here to Oxibur, but along the way, I know this will sound hard to believe. Trust me, I didn't believe it either. They found something. Something that shouldn't have been found. A god. A god in the flesh. They found him when he was weak, and they dragged him by force back to Oxibur. They kept him in a cage, excited about a possibility of revenge against the king. Shut up! Don't tell him about... They thought that eating his flesh and drinking his blood would give them longevity and power. But all it did was make the god bitter and angry. Who wouldn't be? Kept trapped for hundreds of years and more pain than you can imagine. He grew to hate humans. The isolation and mistreatment affected his mind, and he turned from the god of the hunt into a demon. He threw off his shackles and freed himself. His heart and mind were corrupted beyond repair. My family, he ate them. One at a time.
He ate them?
He didn't feast on their flesh, but instead their souls. They were scared, but they didn't want to lose the demon's power, so they struck a deal. In exchange for offerings, he would spare them and lead them some of his power.
Is that the demon you have inside your body? He used to be a god?
That's right. I'm sure you're wondering how it ended up like this, right?
I mean, you just explained it, but okay.
Caspian. He was meant to be their next offering. His name appeared, just like yours. I couldn't let him die. Not like that. Not when I can do something about it. You stole him from me! He was meant to be mine! Get out of my head! He didn't deserve it! He was my family. My parents. They would have sacrificed Caspian and Nox in a heartbeat. So I helped him escape. I warned him, and he managed to get away safely. Nox was furious. He's still furious. I've never seen anything so angry. I was supposed to take Caspian's place and be eaten instead, but my parents begged him to spare me. I was their only heir. That was the reason they wanted me kept alive. If I had siblings, then I don't understand it fully, but the body he was in was weak, deteriorating. So my parents let him have half of mine. Every offering from then died at my hand. I couldn't stop him. My mother and my father both slaughtered because I couldn't control him.
Why didn't you tell me this in the first place? I could have done something.
I don't know what would have happened to you if I told you from the beginning. There's nothing you could do. It's too late for me. We've been together for too long. I don't think there's any way to separate us anymore. Asking for your help, it was a mistake. I never should have asked something so dangerous of you in the first place. You still have time. You need to flee, like Caspian did. To Sidcaeum.
And then what? You stay stuck here like this?
If you don't want to flee, then kill me, or I cannot do it myself. It's the only way to put a stop to this once and for all.
He turned away from me and walked towards a wall where something lay hidden behind a cloth. He pulled the cloth down swiftly, revealing a large, ornate mirror. Gingerly, he raised a hand to touch his reflection.
I'm not me anymore. I'm a monster.
With a crash, he smashed the mirror, and his broken reflection stared straight back at him. Quickly, he came back to my side.
Take this. Don't be scared.
He took my hand and pressed a large, jagged piece of glass into my palm, closing my fingers around it carefully.
Kill me. Leave me to bleed out and die, then run. Don't ever come back here.
I won't! I won't do that to you! Nothing you say will convince me!
Why won't you understand? No matter how much I try, I can't do it myself. But it's the only way. Everyone in Oxford will continue to suffer if you let me live.
You're more than just him! You're you! And I won't give up on you so easily!
That's enough! I've let you run your mouth for far too long.
I tried to back away, but I was too close. There was no chance of escape.
Don't look away. You can watch whilst I rip this Caspian look-alike apart.
Yippee!
I'm suddenly famished.
Let Nox go! Ugh!
Suddenly, my arm was yanked with a force that wasn't human. The shard of glass in my hand went flying across the floor. No matter how hard I struggled against him, I couldn't snatch my arm free.
Wait! Don't do this! Please, let me go!
He squeezed my arm even tighter. With only a single hand, he had me completely trapped. No, we've got to keep him talking and get away.
There's no point in struggling against me.
Wait! Please, we can talk this through!
My body curled in on itself when a strong blow was delivered to my stomach.
Ugh!
I brought my free arm around my waist, clenching my teeth. It hurts.
You should be honored to be in my company, and yet you're still trying to escape. Get it through your head. I'm not letting you go. You will take Caspian's place.
Out of the corner of my eye, I could see the shard lying on the ground not far from me. If I could just reach it. That would mean killing both of them, though. I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
What did you really do to my friends?
They're perfectly safe for now. I just sent them away. We don't want any interruptions after all. Don't be too upset about them missing out, though. I'll retrieve them when we're finished here.
Anger pulsed through my body in red waves of rage, but it all just made me feel all the more useless. I couldn't even wrestle a single arm away, let alone save them. He smiled at me, enjoying the torment.
Stop smiling. They mean more to me than anything else. If you hurt them, I won't let you go.
I was thrown roughly onto the table, my back against the wood. He loomed over me, holding me down. This is bad. I can't move.
Get off me! Let me go!
What a predicament you found yourself in, Caspian copycat. You know, this is a real shame. I'm sure we could have been great friends in another lifetime.
If they just paid a little bit more to that Kickstarter.
That's what you wanted, wasn't it? To be my savior. To redeem me. But life isn't a fairy tale.
I tried to pull my wrists from his grip, but it was pointless. This is how I die.
Nox! Please help me! Nox!
I won't let him help you. Not this time.
He flashed me a grin, and two fangs poked out over his bottom lip. Is this it? He'll rip me to shreds so easily. No, please. I'm not ready to die, not yet. There's so much I don't know, so much left to see. There's nowhere left to escape to, no path out of this. He brought his face close to my neck.
Help! Please, someone!
I'm going to enjoy this. You smell delicious.
Thank you.
Feel free to scream all you want. No one's going to save you.
His tongue ran down my throat, and I could feel his fangs scraping against me. He's going to rip out my throat. I'm going to die.
Nox, please!
The door flung open abruptly, slamming so hard that it echoed through the room. 2 silver blurs came flying through the open door, straight towards the table. One lodged in the wood, and the other in Nox's shoulder.
Ouch.
When I looked to the side, I could see a strange-looking dagger sticking out of the table. It looked different to Leos's, and it was only inches from my face. That almost hit me. Who's throwing daggers around like that? Nox let go of me, reaching up to remove the blade from his arm.
You know, it's terribly rude to interrupt someone when they're eating. A simple knock would have sufficed.
With the weight off of my body, I rolled off the table and hit the ground. Quickly, I stood and backed away from Nox. He dropped the bloody dagger onto the table and turned his attention to the doorway. A figure stepped into the room, a serious expression on his face. Wait, really? You motherfucker. Every single time I play this goddamn game, I start to not believe in you. I'm like, you sure are taking your sweet ass fucking time every single time. You want to wait until the last goddamn second. Okay, I'm done. Green hair pulled into a fluffy ponytail tumbled out over his back. A small bird sat on his shoulder. Good that you still have the bird. His usual teasing grin was gone. The bird flew from his shoulder straight at me and... oof. A white cloud suddenly took up all of my view. I coughed, swatting it away from my face. It dissipated, apart from a small cloud that surrounded... Wait, what? I blinked a few times, but it didn't help me in understanding what I was seeing. What? Let's all scream together all at once. Naked! A second man stood in front of me, shielding me from Nox. It was like he jumped straight out of the clouds. His hair was the same color as a peach, and he had no clothes on. Like he was completely nude. My head spun. What exactly is going on? Without delay, the green-haired man threw a bundle of cloth over his companion's shoulders before turning his gaze towards me. That's always my favorite detail every single time that he pops up. That Elrin is like, hold on, pause, whatever important thing I'm doing right now. Clothes. How did I go from being held down, fighting for my life, to this? What's going on?
What? What's going on? Who?
Freshly dressed in what looked like a poncho, he pulled on my wrist and led me away from Nox. Finally, I got a glimpse of his face. His features were gentle and calm, but his expression looked grave.
Raen, stand back.
My. What have we here? Unannounced guests. Well, the more the merrier. I was feeling particularly hungry tonight anyway.
Okay.
What a gracious offer! Thanks, but you'll be going hungry tonight, it seems.
We'll see about that.
Blood soaked through Nox's shirt, painting it red, but he didn't seem pained. Instead, almost amused. Icy fingers tightened around my wrist. Damn, bitch, you cold.
Your actions don't befit someone of your status, God of the Hunt. Stand down!
Why are you so serious? I like that I'm goofing off. And, and all the characters are like really seriously standing off. Sorry, I'll be serious now.
I am no god.
You
and
are.
you? Who are you to judge what befits me? No human.
You're right.
No. Wait.
Nox peered at the peach-haired man through the darkness, scrutinizing his every movement.
You aren't human. You're just like me.
And then they start breaking out in that one Barbie song.
Like you? A murderous dog that needs to be muzzled? No, you aren't similar at all.
I mean,
What you're doing here is wrong. You've abandoned your duty to these people. You've thrown them to the side.
I owe them nothing. They ripped me of my duties when they decided to cage me and feed on my flesh. They sealed their own fate. I watched over these lands for hundreds of years. I gave my all for these people. And look what they did. They betrayed me!
I am truly sorry for what you went through. I know how that feels. I experienced something not so different from you. Your lust for revenge isn't misplaced. What they did to you was wrong, and many of them deserve death. But the child you possess committed no misdeed. Neither did your other victims.
They are no different. Given time, they'll do the same as their parents and grandparents did before them. You and me, we're the same. Someone like you should be able to see that these walking diseases should be nipped in the bud.
No. That's where we differ, it seems. Humans aren't perfect. They have their faults. They sin, their minds can be filled with greed. But that comes with being human. Everyone makes mistakes. You don't have the right to determine their fate. Killing them is wrong. They must be left to learn and grow, to be forgiven for their missteps.
I was so close to saying, I think, the same joke that I said last time that I saw this scene. I held it back, but geez.
They have to be allowed to determine their own fate.
Oh, your wisdom astounds me. Need I remind you of what happened when we last trusted in humans? We were outlawed, hunted, and killed. Exiled from the heavens with nowhere to run. We all swore to protect them at any cost, and they repaid us with murder. Those that survived were left with nothing. They don't deserve forgiveness, they deserve death. They must pay for their crimes.
That was hundreds of years ago. Humans change. They adapt. You need to let go of your hate.
This man in front of me, he's a god? Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed the green-haired man circling behind Nox, slowly and quietly, while his attention was elsewhere. In his hand, I saw a glistening metal dagger.
Wait!
Oh boy, Raen.
I haven't forgotten about you, human.
Yippee! He spun around and grabbed the green-haired man by the shoulder and instantly lashed out, aiming for his throat. At once, the peach-haired man pushed the other out of the way, taking his place. Nox instantly bit down into his throat. Oh, sorry, there was more to that, but you get the point. I squeezed my eyes shut, unable to watch the horrendous scene. I have to do something. Yeah, shut the fuck up, Raen. And then Nox went skidding across the floor, thrown away.
Are you okay?
Don't worry about it now. We have something more important to deal with.
He held his hand to his throat, stopping the blood.
How? My strength.
The dagger was laced. The poison isn't lethal, but you'll be paralyzed long enough for us to deal with you.
Please. Please just kill me. I can't live like this any longer.
The two approached and examined him closely.
He doesn't deserve this. No one does. But he's too big a threat to be left alive. Now that I'm finally talking to you face to face, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you've had to live like this. I'm sorry that you've only seen the worst of us. But be at ease. Your soul will finally be free.
Wait, please wait! There must be some way to save him, please! Anything but killing him!
They've been together for far too long. If there's a way to separate the two of them, I don't hold that knowledge, but there may be something I can do.
Please! I could never forgive myself if I let him die now.
I'm afraid the other option might be worse than death. I can take away enough of his soul to knock him out, and we can take him to someone who may be able to help. But there's no guarantee he'll ever awaken. And if he doesn't, he'll be trapped with that demon.
That isn't my decision to make. An eternity of pain trapped with that demon? No, I couldn't. I looked towards Nox, whose eyes had returned to pink.
Raen. You... Before we met, this is all I dreamt for, but the risk of never waking up is worth it if one day I can be free. I'll be strong. No! I'll not be taken so easily!
Quickly, pin him down!
I jumped down beside the green-haired man and held Nox to the ground. Between the two of us, we managed to pin him down as he struggled. He was still strong beyond words, but it was nothing compared to the strength I felt before. The poison was working.
Let me go! I'll kill you! I'll kill every single one of you! I'll rip out your throats and feast on you for days! You'll pay for that! Ugh.
Sorry, buddy, you're not gonna have the chance. If you ever wake up again, it won't be in this body!
Get off of me!
Nox, I'm sorry for what I'm about to do to you. I hope for both your sakes that we can help you, and that one day you can be at peace.
He approached and put his mouth to Nox's throat before biting down into his flesh.
What's he doing?
Stay quiet, kid. He's doing exactly what you asked of him. He's saving his life.
The wound on the mystery man's neck slowly stitched back together as he fed on Nox.
Nox, I'm so sorry. I promise that no matter what happens, I'll try to help you. Always.
His eyes faded from black to white again, and he looked at me, pained.
Raen. Before I go, please. Call me Soren.
Thanks. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine the pain I have been in this entire time? Reading through this story and wanting to call him by his actual name, but having to call him Nox. My goodness. Hey, Soren. His real name? Before all this happened?
Soren. I promise. I'll find a way to fix this.
Thank you. Fine. Caspian.
I'll try my best. His eyes shut and his head sagged to the side. The man with peach hair let him go and stepped back, his face covered in Soren's blood.
It's done. He won't be able to cause any more harm.
Soren. I'm so sorry. If only I wasn't so weak.
Toughen up. What's done is done.
He sounds so mean. Stop talking to me like that.
Be a little more sympathetic. Raen, listen to me. You did so much already. Without you, he would have given up. You're a true friend. Don't think that you're weak, because that's just not true.
But he might never wake up.
All we can do is hope. You've done your part.
That thing you did. What was it?
Now isn't the time to go into it. We have some cleaning up to do. Later, we can talk more.
I think it's time for us to leave. We've been here long enough already.
I let go of Soren and he no longer fought against us. The green-haired man stood up and put him over his shoulder.
Where are you taking him?
I know someone who may be able to help, but he's not in Oxabor. Come on, we're getting out of here.
Yippee! I followed the other two out of the room after picking up the lit candle. Like Soren told me, no point letting the house burn down. Soren. Nox. This isn't how I wanted everything to end. The peach-haired man walked by my side, watching ahead. Now that everything had calmed down, I noticed some things about him that I didn't before. His eyes were clouded over, almost foggy. He must have been blind, and yet he found his way around with almost no problem. And before, he was a bird, right? Did I imagine that? A bird? A man? A god?
Raen, I know today's events must be weighing heavily on your mind, and nothing I can say will lighten the load. Just know this. This was the best possible outcome. There's no other way this could have ended.
I know that. But I can't help but feel like I should have done more for him.
The man smiled at me softly.
You did more than you know.
As we approached the entryway, I heard frantic yelling.
What happened? What are we doing here? My head hurts. Fawn, can you kiss it better?
Of all the people to ask.
Now is not the time. Leos, wake up.
Oh, just let me sleep.
Wake up.
Go away, mouse boy.
I don't have to do this.
The sound of a slap echoed through the hallway.
Ow! God, what the hell?
What'd you do that for, huh?
Will you wake up already? Rain's missing.
He's what? Where are we? We were just searching the mansion, right?
Guys?
When we entered the entryway, 3 pairs of eyes turned to face us. First, they looked relieved. Then they noticed the people I was with.
What's going on?
There's a lot to explain. I'm so happy to see you 3.
Before I realized it, tears streamed down my cheeks. I'm so happy to be alive, to see my friends again.
What's gotten into you?
Aw, he's crying. I think it's time for a group hug. I don't think now's the time to...
Sign pulled over Leos and Fawn against their will, wrapping his arms around all of us. I quickly did the same.
Okay, that's enough. Can you tell me what exactly happened?
Where to start? Slowly, I went over the events of what just happened, explaining in detail. At times, their faces showed disbelief, and other times, sadness. Every word that escaped my mouth seemed like a lie, so much so even I found myself hard to believe. But yet, they listened to every word intently.
So, in short, the Nox we knew was actually Soren. And Nox was really a demon. A god. I wanted to help him. I wanted to save him, but this was the best we could do.
It just had to be this guy that turned up. What are you doing here?
Oh, not happy to see me?
Not exactly. But I'll put my disdain to the side for now since you saved his life.
There's no point giving me your praise. If I went in there alone, you would have found my body later, too.
He pointed towards the peach-haired man who stared in our direction.
I'm sorry this is where we had to become acquainted. Under better circumstances.
To be fair, we did meet before, but
You were a bird that turned into a man?
It's a long story, and this isn't the place to discuss it.
Isn't it about time you properly introduced yourselves? I can't help but think that this isn't the kind of thing travelers get involved with.
I promise. I'll explain everything properly later. For now, we must get Nox and Soren to someone that can help. And the only way to do that is to leave Oxabor.
as we approached the front door, I blew out the candle and set it down. It almost felt sad. Was this the last candle that'd ever be lit in this house? The last to ever be blown out? Will Soren get to come back? We exited through the doorway, out into the chilly streets of Oxabor. I'm going to say it here because I've been sitting on this for a hot second, and this seems like the best place to say it. I've said before in this series that I really wish that we got to see more of a Soren route, because I know that that's something that they were planning on doing if they got enough money in the Kickstarter. And I think that'd be really interesting to see, to be able to expand a little bit more on the Soren and Nox side story here, because as it is now in the game, I'm trying to say this in like the least spoilery way possible so you don't know what happens at the ending. I guess the best way that I can describe it is it's a bit lackluster. I just feel like I wanted it to be a little bit more. And this isn't really a game that's focused on Soren in particular, and this whole Nox storyline. This like sets up for things later, but it's not like the main part of the story. But I do wish that we got to see more of this particular aspect to the story. And I think that's all that I can say without spoilers. So, the darkness outside felt light compared to the heaviness of Soren's mansion. The air was fresher, more alive. After everything that happened, I breathed a sigh of relief. I made it. Fawn, Leos, and Sign are all okay. Soren, he had a glimmer of hope. We walked through the streets and alleyways until we reached the main road.
This doesn't feel great, does it?
No, it doesn't. You must have felt so alone, so abandoned. You had no one to turn to or depend on. Both Nox and Soren. I feel sorry for both of them.
Me too. Wait a minute. Before we leave, there's something I have to do first.
I led the group towards the town center and approached the village notice board. Last on the list was my name, Raen.
Does anyone have something I can write with?
Here.
Under my name, I wrote Soren Murano. I looked at it for a moment before turning away. This ends things. It's time to leave.